This one lady came into our gym. She was just playing music on her phone. Did I want to drop a 50-pound weight on her phone? Yes, I did. Because I'm like, in what world do you think what you're doing is acceptable? Now, here's the thing. I don't inherently have a problem with you having a conversation in the gym. You can have a conversation, preferably quietly, but I don't really have a problem with that. Listening to music is another thing. Okay, listening to music is absolutely ridiculous. No, put in headphones. I am not here to listen to your music, okay? It's like when people hike. If you hike, you can, here's the thing. At the beach, I am okay with people playing music out loud. Why? Because I've done it and I think it's a vibe, okay? When you're hiking, no, absolutely not, any way, shape, or form. Okay, I'm an old man and I will get my walking stick and I will hit you with it. Do not play music out loud. Put in your earbuds like a normal human being. Okay, I don't care if you're a mountain biker. Guys, now, if you don't know, there's literally an ancient war between mountain bikers and runners. Why? Because we both share trails. Except one of us ruins trails and the other one's vibe with trails. And if you don't know which is which, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Moral of the story is Twichty has certain feelings about mountain bikers. Put your speakers away. Put them away. Guys, I just have a lot of frustration when it comes to things like that. I got to dress like a cowboy on Friday. Oh, that actually reminded me. Okay, first and foremost, Virgo, that's exciting, maybe. Guys, I am going to see Beyonce. You might be asking yourself, Twichty, why? Are you like the biggest Beyonce fan ever? No. One of my friends from college is visiting, and then my roommate and my other friend who lives in LA, they all want to see the Beyonce concert. The Beyonce concert for the nosebleeds are like $70. Off I go to see Cowboy Carter. So guys, will we be listening to Cowboy Carter today? Yes, we will. Why? Because I just can't show up to a concert not knowing any of the songs. Do I know some of the songs? I know Daddy Lessons, which is the only, I think, and by that I mean like I actually know the song. There's no other songs I know, so that. Do I have a fit for the concert? Kind of. I have a shirt, and then I can wear jeans. I don't have cowboy boots, and I don't have a cowboy hat. Would I buy these both? Yes, but will I thrift them if I can? Because I'm not going to buy them if I can't thrift them. But guys, I like thrifting. I like trying to have a semi-decent wardrobe. Guys, it's nice to feel good in the clothes you wear. And I will say, I have clothes that I definitely like. I also have a lot of clothes that are from middle school. Why? Because I just don't buy clothes a lot because that's expensive and I don't want to do it. Obviously, as I get older, at some point, here's the thing, guys. In the gym today, I was wearing a shirt from 2014. Okay, it is 2025. That is an 11-year-old shirt. At some point, this cotton 11-year-old shirt, I'm going to keep wearing it. I'm going to keep owning it. But it's maybe not something I want to wear out in public as much as I wear to the gym. And so, and even like the shirt I'm wearing today, guys, the shirt I'm wearing today, it's very tight on me. And is it tight because it was made to be tight? No, it's tight because it's small, because it was bought for me when I was in high school. Which, it is what it is. I have so many t-shirts, but so many of them are busted. I think and here's the thing. I would say I slowly collect clothes because I think it's better to, in my opinion, obviously buy whatever you want, do whatever you want. I try to I not slowly buy stuff, but I don't add things to like my wardrobe that often. And when I do, it's like a piece I really like. Like there's a jacket I bought from Abercrombie that I'm obsessed with, which then appeared on a Netflix TV show, and that really pissed me off. Now, did it piss me off? No, because that means I have Here's the thing, guys. It made me feel like I had a little bit of style sense, but then it was also like, well, if this is on a kid's TV show, then maybe I look like a clown. But that was one piece I bought recently. And then besides that, what's the most recent? Oh, and then some of my really good friends, they bought me some Critical Role merch, which if you don't know what Critical Role is, it's a D&D group. Highly recommend. I've recommended them about 2 billion times, and guess what, guys? I'll recommend them another 3 billion. Why? Because I really, really like them. Twichty D&D fan like no other. I have that, which is somewhere up there, which I will wear again on stream. The thing is, my clothes... Hey, I'm Virgo, that's real. You're not looking at the biggest. Well, okay, here's the thing. I've watched all of Campaign 2. I've watched most of Campaign 2. The issue is, at some point, I stopped watching Campaign 2, and then I started watching it again, and I really just don't know the section I missed, and I just don't care anymore. I watched most of Campaign 2, all of Campaign 3, a chunk of Campaign 1. I feel I've watched all of the Exandria Unlimited. I did not watch the newest I did not watch the one that Brendan Lee Mulligan recently did. Why? Because I just did not enjoy it. But I am, guys, I'm what you call a critter. That is what they call the fans of Critical Role. Would I really describe myself as a critter? Yes, yes, I would. Why, guys? Because I paid, I don't know. I saw them in live. I saw Critical Role live at the Berkeley Griffin Theater here in LA. It was the first concert I had ever gone to. I almost paid for VIP. I regret not paying for VIP tickets because I honestly I think if I had, I might have been able to meet them. I should have done it. Because, guys, it would have literally been like a $100 difference. And at that point, I would have paid $100. I really would have. Will I ever go again? No. Would I personally recommend it? It's up to you. I will say, in my opinion, watching D&D live, the concept of it is wonderful. The reality is, D&D for me, there's a lot in the facial reactions. And what I found was, even though I was guys, I was very close. Like, I was not, like, I don't know what row I was in. I was close to the front of the stage. I was not close enough to where I wanted to look at their faces over looking at the Jumbotrons, because the Jumbotrons just had their faces were just bigger. And so it was just like, even though I'm sitting closer than people behind me, objectively, I'm still also looking at the camera. So then it's kind of like, but it was cool. It was objectively a very cool thing. It was campaign 3. And it was kind of a fun experience. I made a hoodie for it, guys. I did make a hoodie. Will I ever show you guys that hoodie? No, because it's busted and crusted, but I did do it, guys. It was the biggest fan behavior I've ever had in my life. It really was. And then, guys, when the show finished, I ran, and when I say ran, I mean, like, I ran like a mile towards my home in LA, just because the traffic was horrible and I was getting picked up, and I said, why not? And that was pretty fun, because it was at the top of the hill, and guys, I love running down hills. If you've never, I will say this, obviously be careful, but running down hills is one of literally my favorite things to do on the planet, like sprinting down a hill, because you go so fast, and it's so much fun. And so that was really fun. I will also say, what's annoying was they didn't have any, like, merch that was exclusive to the show. And that kind of sucked. Because guys, here's the thing. Twichty, you know, I'm not sometimes the biggest spender. There are certain things I will spend money on. Merch for Critical Role at a custom show, at a show that maybe was a limited time. Yeah. Yeah, guys, okay, I'll tell you right now, my credit card would have been swiped. My house that I don't own would have had a second mortgage on it, okay? I'd have done a lot of things. Nope, nothing unique. And I said, I'm good. I'm good. Mind you, I still have that one Critical Role merch, which I absolutely love. Hey, shout out my friends. You guys are real ones for that. I really do like it. I think it's very cute. It's fun. It's a polo. I love a polo. I really do. I don't love Raw. I actually really hate Raw. Even though, guys, Raw was the one thing I won when I LARPed. Yes, Twichty was a LARPer, guys. I did live action role playing, okay? True nerd. Okay, you can try to come for my status. You just never can touch me. It is what it is. I was blessed by the God of Raw, and it was truthfully one of my most powerful characters I ever played. So that was really a great moment. And it was annoying as a kid, right, guys? So basically in LARP, it depends what you do, but like we had sessions, we had like campaigns essentially, and then you get a new character. On a new character, guess what? As a child, as like, I don't know, a 10-year-old child, I tried to follow Raw again. Why? Because the last time it worked well for me. And then the GM, DM, some adult man who ran the camp, right? He was like, you know, Raw isn't vibing with it because he was like trying to get me, and I'm like, bro, let me be a 10-year-old child and be happy. Like, why are we trying to kill my vibe? I am 10. Okay, I'm not here trying to have unique crafted stories. Like, I want to do something. I'm paying, I don't even know how much it was. Guys, let me tell you right now, LARP is not cheap. Hey, LARP is not cheap. Bro, let me as a child, and also, because I wasn't paying my parents. I'm like, just let me do what I want to do. Let me have my silly little fun. Okay, let me run around with my foam sword and attack people. Now, obviously, not attack people, I mean attack the adults. I will say, LARPing, I think LARPing as an adult would be so, I honestly would love to LARP as an adult, but not to do adult, because adult LARPing is really intense. Adult LARPing, they're like really getting into combat, strategy, all this mess. I would love to be a monster for kids. I think that would be so much fun. Like, guys, I kind of enjoy being a camp counselor. I don't mind it. And I think being like a monster, because it's like, you know, obviously, as an adult, I have more dexterity. There's a lot of things going for me that a kid just can't handle. And so I think I could be a good monster where I could like be challenging, but I would also know, you know, I would know maybe, you know, leave an opening. Like I could help craft a story, right? Craft a moment. And I think that'd be so much fun. And I know as a kid, guys, I literally, like, I could not describe to you the amount of joy I experienced LARPing. I will really say it was just getting to be in like a mythical world, but not a mythical world, but the real world. Like there was even a camp, guys. In this camp, we would go camping and then you would run around the campground. It was amazing. It was, oh my God. It was really a magical experience. It was I am rare, of my childhood experiences, it was one of my favorite by far. And I guess, you know, I would love to do that, or in some form of that at some point, now I say I'd love to do that, and I could probably do, well, not right now, because I have a full-time job, so I guess that would be, you know, a little hard to, I don't think I could work at a summer camp, nor, I'm gonna be honest here, guys, would I ever quit my full-time job to work at a summer camp, but, you never know, run it back, maybe things will change. I just think that could be fun. Would I want to be a DM of like a Dungeons and Dragons game at a summer camp? No. I have tried to DM like 2 billion times and it is not, I have decided it's not for me. Guys, DMing takes so much work. And here's the honest truth. I would rather just bring the snacks. Okay, I would rather pay money for the snacks than ever DM, because DMing, it's such a pain. Now, mind you, maybe like, you know, maybe I also think that DMing is also hard because it's not even necessarily it's also, there's a connection between you and the player, right? DMing, Dungeons and Dragons, at the end of the day, it's about well, okay, maybe not at the end of the day, but one of the major factors is communication, right? You have to be able to communicate effectively with people to express something that you want to do, and I think that's something that I struggle with. Guys, believe it or not, I know I sit here and talk for 3 hours, and you might be thinking, Twichty, I know you're a bad communicator because you sit here and talk for 3 hours and I have no idea what you said the entire time. You know, so fair, because honestly, I think I'm the best communicator? No. I think, you know, everyone's working on it. Guys, I'm young. Okay, I'm a child. Let's not delve into it. I do my best to communicate as I can. And especially in like in a setting, like I think the thing is too, right? In my mind, in like Dungeons and Dragons, if you don't know what, okay, real quick, Dungeons and Dragons is a role-playing game. Okay? You sit around at a table and you imagine things together, right? And so in my mind, I love the concept of a fully reactive world, right? That's what I think everyone wants, even in video games, right? They love, the more like consequences you have in the world, the more, right? Guys, and I would never do this, but let's say, for example, I killed a baker's son. I would love for the baker's uncle to be part of a militia group, and then the baker's uncle raises an army to hunt me down, right? That would be a really cool interaction. Obviously, don't condone murder. Murder's bad. Murderers. And in that sense, like in a not a critical role, but kind of in a Dungeons and Dragons world, I would love that aspect to happen too. I absolutely would. Give or take a little, you know, that's a very challenging thing to do because, guys, the human brain, you know, we can only think of so much. We can only do so much. And I think that's something that I personally get caught up in, is where I'm trying to deliver something that I end up not being happy with, and because I'm not happy with it, then the players are like, hello, God, is he having fun? And then it's a whole mess, and that's another issue, which is why, you know, obviously, at the end of the day, guys, people can tell when you're not into something. People can tell when you're not into something. People can tell, well, people usually can tell. I would say that, but then I would also say people get divorced all the time, and I feel like, and not that, I mean, there's many factors for divorce, but I'm like, sometimes clearly someone can't tell someone's unhappy. So, you know, I feel like generally you can tell when someone's not having fun. And I do think that's an important part of D&D. I also think D&D virtually is absolutely the worst thing ever. And I want to do D&D in person. I just simply do not have the people to do it. And I've looked, guys, here's the thing. Also, D&D, the issue with D&D is it's a high time commitment, consistent activity. And unless you've got friends, it is hard to get strangers to do it. It is hard. Now, many people objectively successfully do it online. I have zero interest in doing it online. Or it's just nothing. Guys, there's something, I don't know what it is. If you've ever tried to have a group conversation you can talk over people in a public setting. You cannot talk over people in an online setting. And it has something, I don't know. I feel like it has something to do with the audio. Teaching D&D sounds painful. Oh, teaching D&D is easy. I don't think teaching D&D is hard at all. I think it's just, it's important to explain like the big picture ideas. Because one time I did run a D&D campaign for everyone who I lived with at college. I'll tell you right now. These were not D&D people, guys. These were not Critical Role people. These were not nerds. These were what you would describe as not anti-nerd. I don't even like, they're just like, imagine, you know, the most they do is maybe read a fantasy book. And even then, some of them don't even read fantasy books, right? So we're talking about a very, ironically, unalternative group. And it wasn't bad. It was it's just important to, right, the mechanics of D&D is very simple, guys. 5th edition D&D, the mechanics are not difficult. Explaining the concept of stakes is where, in my opinion, it gets a bit harder, right? Because an effective story is when people have stakes. What are stakes? Stakes is like, my daughter was kidnapped by the evil lich, and I want to save her, and that's why I am grouping up with these partners of strangers to go, like, you know, risk my life because there's a reason I want to do that, right? You need stakes in a story to motivate players to do things, to drive a story, right? You need something to push a story along. In Wizard101, right, we're trying to stop Morganth. That is the purpose of the story, and that's theoretically driving us along. And then apparently we also want to find someone's, like, missing hairbrush because we're an all-powerful wizard that saved the spiral, but God forbid someone's missing their hairbrush. In general, right, you need something, and that's what I think Icing Hot is a little bit harder, just in terms is, like, getting that, because that's, there's many aspects to understanding that, whether or not, like, you've done, like, you know, like, theater or something where, like, there's, like, acting components, there's understanding story beats, there's, like, a million things, which, let's be clear here, guys, I don't understand them that well. I really don't, okay? And would you say, Twichty, you're just regurgitating what Brennan Lee Mulligan has said? And what about it, guys? What about it? He's smart. He knows what he's talking about. Okay? Here's the thing, guys. I'm not gonna be saying things that I don't know what I'm talking about. You know, repeat things that smart people say. That's my general recommendation, okay? I'm not here to fight Einstein's theory of general relativity, okay? Equals MC squared. I'm good with. You know, and, you know, you might want to argue about the constant for speed, because isn't C the constant, like the speed of light? Isn't it like a constant? Isn't that the whole point, I think? I don't know. But yeah. Speaking of which, guys, if you don't know who Brennan Lee Mulligan is, Brennan Lee Mulligan is someone who is on College Humor, who has his own D&D show. He is one of the other big D&D shows, not that there aren't other ones, specifically called Roll20, and they put on a lot of very interesting but shorter campaign series, whereas if you ever heard of Critical Role puts on extremely long, like 100 episodes, 4 hours an episode series, right? So it's like 400 hours, which is, for a lot of people, is a lot to consume, versus like Roll20 is about, they're about like 12 episodes to 10 episodes, about 2 hours each. So, you know, you have 20 hours to 400. As you can imagine, different things happen. And they also tell stories in very different ways. One is character development focused, and it's kind of like freeform, which is Critical Role. And then one is more plot driven, and things will happen every episode because they know as a group that they are producing a story that has to do certain things, that being Roll20. Highly recommend them both. Absolutely a hoot and a holler. Oh my god, we got your medicine. See, guys, look, and we're getting medicine for someone. I'm an all-powerful wizard, and I have to go find the medicine. You're telling me I really can't just go boppity-beep, boppity-boop? Like, you know what would be cool in Wizard101? Imagine if you got to skip that quest if you were a life wizard. Imagine if you were a life wizard, the game went, oh, you're a life wizard, and you know all magical healing spells on the planet. You can literally bring people back from the death. Guardian Spirit, Rebirth, Guardian Angel, Guardian Spirits. Well, actually, you can also cure the poison. Like that, I think that would, oh, guys, that would actually be kind of cool. Obviously, that'd be kind of a pain, but like, imagine if Wizard101 had elements where like, your school, you know what, maybe that's what, and obviously they've done that in like dungeons or mechanically where like, a life wizard's more helpful because you need healing, or a fire wizard's more helpful, and obviously that also puts a limit because in a dungeon setting where you can only have 4 players but there's 7 schools of magic, right? It's like, you know, if you don't have a fire wizard, then blah, 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 blah. But I think in quests, that could be pretty, that could be cool. And you know what? They don't even have, King's Outlet, you don't have to implement it backwards. Implement it forward. Spell quest is the best we got. Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, like spell and pet quest, but like everyone has them. But they're not really like, I guess, but I mean, but I just think it'd be cool if like, just because I'm playing a fire wizard, I can skip this particular quest because using my fire magic, I'm able to do something. I think that would be just it'd be, and here's the thing, guys, the only reason to add it is it just adds a little uniqueness. It adds a little more flavor to your school to make you feel more like your school. Because I do think, you know, as Wizard101, we all know, generic gameplay, guys, if you've ever watched a single episode of my Wizard101, if you ever watched my streams before, I played Night AoE. 98% of the time, I played Night AoE. And believe it or not, I could play any of the 7 schools in this game, and I would blade in AoE. Why? Because that's the most efficient way to do combat, and there's literally no benefit or interest to not doing that. However, and thus, that, I think, you know, that is kind of like a smushing down, like a hodgepodge of all the schools if they all have the same technique kind of for doing fights. However, if you add these, you know, little taste here, a little taste there of these schools being unique, I think that'd be cool. Maybe? Thoughts, opinions, ideas? Conquests, anger, fighting, disappointment, fear. I don't really know any of my emotions. You know what I do know though, guys, is let us guys, we have finished my smoothie, which is very exciting. Why? Because this means I'm healthy. Hello, Cameron. Hello, hello. How are you? I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful Tuesday. I hope everything's going great with you. Tuesday, and I meant Wednesday, but that was a test on you. And if your brain thought for something was Tuesday, you're gonna need to lock in a little bit. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Oh my God, guys, look, it's a T-Rex. I also, guys, like, can they upgrade these buildings? Like, that's like the. This spell has always disappointed me because I think the buildings look so lame. You know what I don't think looks lame? My thumbnail for the most recent episode of Nora Angleheart. Why? Because I put Zords from Power Rangers. I don't know why. I did it because I was fighting the rat and he's from the giant golem and I thought it was kind of funny. I've decided it's self-care right now. How / will you take care of yourself today? Wow, Virgo, that's kind of. Virgo, that was giving like, this is a PSA out, like public service announcement. Prioritize self-care. How have you taken care of yourself? Well, Virgo, unfortunately, I did go to the gym today, which I do believe is technically speaking self-care. It's a tough one. I was playing, but my spellbook glitched and wouldn't let me add spells, so I quit. You know, I wouldn't lie, Cameron. I did see Matthew's curse writer go on, off, and I get it. I was about to... I don't know. I mean, like, the gym is technically self-care. What have I actually done that's well, what is self-care? That's a great... Here's my question, Virgo. Is self-care something you would do out of the usual, or is self-care is something you would do normally? Right? Because, like, question, if I theoretically go to the gym, is that really considered self-care? Or is it like I have to do something additional to do self-care? Oh my God, Morganth, she can't see me because we're destroying the mirrors. You know, some people might be asking, Twichty, why didn't we destroy the mirrors when we enter the forest? Why didn't we say, what are these sussy mirrors? Don't look at me, guys. I have literally no idea, okay? I think that we could solve a lot of problems if we had, you know, when we went back in time and we saw Morganth? Imagine we had just killed Morganth. Okay, not to be morbid here, guys. We could have killed Morganth, like, literally in the past, apparently, or something like that. And if we had done that, probably would have solved a lot of issues right now. Okay? Azteca wouldn't be in the same situation they were. Okay, we could have solved their problems. Also, imagine if Ambrose stepped up. You're telling me that Merle Ambrose is weaker than Malistaire? Then why is he the headmaster of the school? If he's weaker than Malistaire, excuse me, let me become the headmaster. Thank you very much. Let me become the headmaster so I can prove myself. And here's the thing, I don't think he is. Why? Because all the school teachers, they teach things. Also, I'm so mad. The Arcanium, and I know this doesn't literally make sense, but I'm sorry. Why did the Arcanium not stop Malistaire? Like, the Arcanium could have done something. You know what I mean? Like, the Arcanium literally could have been like, whoa, 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 buddy. Let's chill out. Wow, okay, Duncan Moon Mask. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's, guys, look at Poseidon's gear. Oh my God, but not Poseidon's gear being hot due to garbage. Bro, can someone please respect Poseidon? It's just like, I honestly think it's rude, the fact that Poseidon gear is as bad as it is. Okay, is my camera shaking? Good. Guys, I'm sometimes a leg shaker. Sometimes I'm not, but I really do it. Do you also have Poseidon gear? Oh, 170. Oh, I wonder if they're like multi-boxing or something. Because that's the only way that explains it, why they would have like a second wizard. Speaking of death, this is an Azteca spoiler. Azteca spoiler, everyone! If you are currently watching this in real time, wondering how Azteca ends, then, oh, also, guys, yesterday on stream, I said that my Chrysalis wasn't, guys, all of Chrysalis is uploaded. All of Nora Englehart's Chrysalis is uploaded. I don't know why I didn't think it was. Speaking of death, this is an, but there's a character you'll meet soon that ends up dying and you have to fight their corpse, and I thought that was so dark for this game. Uh-oh. I actually really don't remember that, but that's, I mean, can I be honest? I don't really feel like it's that dark for this game. I feel like this game objectively gets, this game has some pretty dark-ish themes. I don't know. It has some things. I feel like a zombie's not that crazy. I don't really feel like a zombie's like that dark. Because I feel like a zombie's so classic. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like horror has never been something that's, like, rated too intensely in the US, at least in my mind. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Mind you, did my mom let me watch Gremlins as a child? No. My mom and me actually rented Gremlins. We rented Gremlins, and then we were watching it, and my mom literally turned it off and said, this is too scary. And I think about that sometimes, and it was honestly probably for the best, because I'm not gonna lie, guys, sometimes I think that with me playing Evil Within 2 right before I go to bed, it affects my sleep. Because sometimes I do be closing my eyes, thinking about Evil Within, and then opening them and being like, you know what? Not today. Not today, ghouls. Not today, freaky painter man. You are not catching me anywhere. So, maybe it does. I was thinking, wait, I think it was a ghost. Okay, I see, but I feel like even a ghost is chiller. Like, don't get me wrong, someone dying is sad, but it's like, oh no, we're fighting their ghost? Like, I don't know, I also think it's like, maybe because we have Halloween and we celebrate Halloween, that I'm like, I don't know, things just seem less scary, but maybe I'm crazy. Just like that, guys, you know what's not crazy? This damage. We're common winning, common dub. Oh my god, guys, we got a fire. Every day I have to defeat 3 enemies is a day that I wish the world would make another choice, okay? I don't want to fight 3 Splinter Wings. I am 1 wizard. Let me fight 2. And you know what? Well, maybe it would actually be hard. I don't know. But in my head, I'm like, we really can't have... I guess quests dynamically updating would be kind of annoying. I guess that really wouldn't be worthwhile. It's, you know, it's fine. You know what I honestly think we could kind of be interested... Wow, I was thinking about WoW, because, guys, if you know in WoW, it's not turn-based. In WoW, you just cast spells and you, like, run past enemies, and it's, like, time-based. And then I was like, wow, imagine if Wizard101 was, like, WoW-like. And then I was like, well, Twichty, what are you saying? You literally just play WoW. Which well, guys, probably not, because WoW just does not excite me. Nothing about WoW is that exciting. It's really big. I don't particularly enjoy the combat, and it's complicated. The raids seem cool. I'm not gonna lie. The raids seem kind of cool. But also, I don't want to spend 10,000 hours and have to prioritize things. Or make it an even 4. I do agree with that one. I think 3 in my opinion is a stupid number, because 3 truthfully does. A 3 helps a duo but doesn't help a single person. And here's the thing though, guys, because if you do a duo can also do 4. Like, it's not. I don't know. I think Wizard101 should be prioritized for well, I guess maybe that's dumb. Maybe MMOs shouldn't be. But I'm like, we already have dungeons. And like, objectively, dungeons are prioritized towards more people. Obviously, you can solo a dungeon. And I think if you couldn't solo a dungeon in this game would not do, well, they would readjust all the levels. I think it'd be a completely different game. But I think that, are raids with 8? Well, I do know there's raids. I just have 0. Here's the thing. I am not farming to do a raid. I'm sorry. I pay money to do a game to then farm to do a raid. No. No, I'm actually so good. Thank you so much. You keep it real. I'm good. If I have to pay money monthly to play a game, the amount of time that you block content from me being able to do cannot be high. That's my personal opinion. Because I am paying $10 a month. And I understand, you know, monthly is, you know. Here's the thing. I'm not saying you can't make the content hard. I'm not saying you can't make me learn. But farming? No. And maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you have to farm to even do the raid. And that's a nightmare. It's also like how to make a guild, you have to have like 11 wizards, which I also think is absolutely ridiculous. Like, that brings me absolutely no joy. It really does bother me. I'm gonna really quickly team up just in case. Okay, I was just in case this life wizard was being, you know, AFK. We're gonna do this dungeon and hopefully we're gonna win. And whether or not we do, I don't really know. But guys, I do have news. We will then be playing Marvel Rivals, because I think we're gonna be playing Marvel Rivals. I don't really, or maybe a little. I think I'll just be playing Marvel Rivals. I do feel like this boss is a cheat. I know this boss is a cheat. Blighted Yakchi. Blighted Yakchi's cheat is, it doesn't have a cheat. Never mind. I swear this boss had a cheat. I swear at some point in my life, I had such a hard time against this boss. And now it doesn't. If you're wondering, what does this boss drop? Spellments. So that's, oh, okay. Well, that's a lot of HP. I do have to 100% acknowledge that that's a lot of HP, but hopefully we are able to get past. Oh, can I be honest about something? Cameron, you can always be honest. Virgo does, and that's real, Virgo. Do I remember what I was saying? No, but that's real. This run through Wizard101, I'm actually paying attention to the story, and I like this world a lot more now. It's really good lore-wise. And you know what? That is very fair. Oh, Virgo plays Rivals. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, here's the thing. Guys, I objectively do think that Wizard101 is a more enjoyable game when you pay attention to the lore. And at one point, I have paid attention to the lore, and maybe I should be again. I just honestly, guys, I don't have the energy to pay attention to the lore this time. I don't know. Truly for me, guys, like, I don't need to pay attention to the lore. Like, I just don't mind just playing through the game. Like, I enjoy playing through the game. Okay, guys, I really enjoy yapping. I enjoy yapping to y'all, and that's what we do. That's what we do every 6 to 9 p.m. PST, Monday through Sunday. If you want to, you better check out my streams. If you were like, oh my god, Twichty, I can't see your streams, well, guess what? That leaves no excuse. Go check out my YouTube channel. Boom, drop. I'll be your healing body with a little snowflake friend again. Now, here's the thing, Virgo. Virgo, you did a good job. Virgo, I would acknowledge, however, you did abandon me in a ranked match, which did that end up having a true negative context? No. However, Virgo, I am going to say that was unfortunately in poor taste. And I don't blame you. Things come up for everyone, okay? Things absolutely come up for everyone. But here's the thing. I have to bring it out in the open, okay? Because joining a match and then abandoning it, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. Now, nothing bad truly happened of it, but emotionally, it was a little bit scarring. Guys, what are we doing here? We are trying to survive. I'm trying to think here, guys. They've got 3 pips. They got 3 power pips to hit me. I don't want to be hit. So what is my game plan? Okay. We've got, you know what? Am I glad I healed? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it depends. I'm glad I healed because this is going to keep me alive. This doesn't get me close to the spell I need, which is kind of a hit or miss. I'm not getting a crit, which is also literally just an absolute miss. I wish my mic would just stay up, bro. Okay. I think we blade ourselves. We hope that... Okay, no one's hitting me. That's good. We're not first, though. Are we first? No, we're not first. I'm literally like, no one hit me, and then I'm like, I'm not first. We've got what? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 pips. If we go one more turn, we can do Dragon. Dragon's not going to do enough. Sun Serpent will do enough. If I double Faint, Dragon might do it. You know what? We're going to double Faint. Why? Because this turn, they're going to use their pips to hit me. And I'm going to live. Oh, I love Humongo Frog. Guys, I love Humongo Frog because myth enemies use it all the time, and it does literally 0 damage. It does absolutely 0 damage, and it's just such a benefit to me because they, instead of choosing literally any of the absolutely menacing, horrible spells, such as but not limited to that one spell that I'm not going to mention now because honestly, I don't want to jinx myself. Also, ads are running. Oh, I didn't even notice. Oh my goodness gracious. I am sorry, guys. That's on me. Okay. We are going to dragon. And the reason we are dragoning is because, please, Humongo Frog. Okay, and auto's fine. And auto's absolutely fine. Better than an earthquake? No, exactly. No, see, like, there's literally... That's what I want. That was the spell that I did not want to mention because I just did not want the earthquake. Now, this dragon may not do enough. I will 100% acknowledge that it's probably not going to do enough. But I wasn't honestly sure if I was going to live 2 more turns. And I think the minion might have hit me. And if the minion had hit me, obviously that would have taken me out and that would have been bad. But at least we got 3 blades and 2 feints. So, you know, I don't remember if we crit. I don't really think we crit. Clearly, we did not crit. Well, actually, I don't even know if clearly we did not crit, but it doesn't feel like we crit. We can still live. We're gonna get a satyr out. How much is this dot doing? Like 2,000-ish, maybe. Hopefully, no. Like probably like a 1,500 in my mind, right? We're gonna have to not. We're gonna kind of have to hit with an Ifrit. I don't think I can do enough damage to the meteor. That's gonna be very difficult. I will say, unfortunately, this. Okay, I am gone. The odds of me living are very low. 5,000 HP. I'm gonna satyr just in case, but I do feel like the boss is probably gonna hit me because they set up a trap, set up an aura. Humongo Frog. Okay, guys, maybe we can live. Maybe, fingers crossed, hands to the sky and waving like you just don't care. Ooh, my god. Guys, you can't even see me. I'm gonna switch to my camera angle. Guys, next time, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom out. I'm gonna zoom in my camera angle, but it's... I don't know. Here's the thing, guys. I like my face. I think I have a... Well, maybe I don't have an expressive face. Maybe I'm absolutely cooked. Okay. We're gonna really quickly take out this boss. Guys, I'm so sorry. I really was gonna wait till the ad break, and then I missed the ad break, which is on me. I do have to go to the bathroom really badly, so I'll be right back. This is gonna be an easy peasy lemon one. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Did use all his pips, so I'll take that one. Alright, we're using a Sun Serpent. Why? Because Sun Serpent just straight up does more damage. Guys, believe it or not, Twichty is about that damage. You know, I'm all about that base, no trouble. To quote Megan Trainor, I'm bringing damage back, okay? Go tell those loser ice schools they aren't all that. Ugh, guys, here's the thing. When my parody song, I'm all about that damage, no ice, comes out, I hope you guys stream it on all streaming platforms. Okay. Now, I am in a slightly precarious position, but I do think 2 Feints, 2 Blades will hopefully do 16,000. Yes, love the sample. I'm glad. I'm really glad you do. I worked really hard in it, guys, okay? Shout out to my music producer, Twichty. Shout out to my agent, Twichty. Shout out to my my lyric writer, Twichty, and shout out to the creative behind it all, Banana Duck. And I got stunned. Now, here's good news, bad news. Good news is Basilisk is a dot into 3 damage. Horrible, horrible, horrible spell. Never, ever competitively viable, nor viable in PvE. Truthfully, just god-awful garbage. However, we are stunned. Oh, ad break part 2? It shouldn't be. Hopefully you're not experiencing ads. No one should be experiencing ads. If you are, I'm gonna be honest here, I can't control anything, but ads shouldn't be playing for another, like, hour. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, obviously, I'm stunned, and that's bamboozled. Okay. We gotta, you know, he's setting up. Was that a moon blade? No, that was a spirit blade. Bro, oh my god, I'm actually just cooked. Oh my god, wait, I wasn't stunned? Oh, I was stunned last turn. Okay. Guys, fingers crossed. Please, I beg thee. I beg of thee, do enough damage. Crit, please. I need a crit. Thank you. Okay. I think this will do 16k. Honestly, this might do 16k the first hit, but it'll definitely do enough the second hit. Right? 16,503. Oh no, it didn't do enough. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. Honestly, that was closer than I wanted it to be, but hey. I guess we technically did have the damage. Yay, we won! Oh my god, look at that. And we get all these, garbage. But I mean, we got spellaments, which are still kind of garbage. Okay, let's collect the waterfall, the thingamabob, and then let's leave here. Guys, oh my god, we won! That was so exciting. Thank god. Honestly, could not have done that fight again. Could have, wouldn't have wanted to. Also, guys, we are now running into my second segment, which is Marvel Rivals. Guys, I hope you had a wonderful time watching me play Wizard101. I hope it was everything you dreamed. Guys.